You are really just the gift that keeps on giving. It's something about your energy cracks me up. I feel like that you have it's like a contrarian effect that when people speak on you, it sets the stage for you to prove whatever was said wrong about you. It's so funny, and I feel like it happens, like, you could consciously do it, but then other times I feel like it happens on accident and, like, you don't even know somebody said something about you, and then you do something that automatically disproves it. It's really, really funny, and I feel like it's really pissing people off, like, there's just something about it that makes it's like you'll have a rebuttal or a response to the point where people are like, "Well, are you stalking me? Like, how do you know I said that?" And it's like you technically don't know that they said that, but spirit knows that they said that, and now the stage is set. And I feel like for you, the game, what you need to do to win is nothing. Absolutely nothing but just be yourself. It's hilarious. It's so funny. I don't know, like, Judgment is giving me, like, people can see that you can see whatever it is for what it is. Like, you are under no illusions about the effects you have on a crowd, on an individual, you know. And I feel like you're just not for everybody. Not everybody can handle you, right? Your energy will have people, I don't know, I'm just giving like somebody breaking out in hives. If they can't be around you, bitch, they gotta leave. They got to go. It's giving me that meme from TikTok where she's like, "Baby, you got to go to hell, and the faster you do it, the better." It's something about your energy's giving me that. We're gonna see. We're gonna see if I could not get a botched fucking shuffle. Anyway, yeah, you're seen as methodical, controlled. You are seen as professional in whatever you do. It doesn't have to be a job. We got the Two of Cups as your first card out. The Two of Cups, people see potential within you. This is not about love. This is about power, beauty, all of that. People, agency specifically. The people who seek freedom find you because you are a beacon of what it means to do your own thing, march to the beat of your own drum, and absolutely do not care what anybody outside of you has to say about it. You have a level of radical acceptance, and I do call it radical acceptance because I feel like people are always looking to water themselves down to be palatable to the people in front of them. And while this is a social grace, and it's definitely not worthless, there's something about you where you don't operate you don't operate like that. Like, it's not that you don't have social grace, but what you don't have is the kind of like tendency to mask. I feel like it's be and this is why I call it radical, because I felt like you've come from a place of feeling like you had to mask around anybody and everybody to the point where it got so bad that you'd mask alone. And it's like to that point you had to do something, had to change. It's giving me like at that point the nuclear option needed to be pressed, and you pressed it. And it's giving me like you, I don't know, finding yourself through like radical acceptance. That's what this is giving me. That's why I said it's not about love from another, it's about love within. And I don't know. And there's something really funny about it because it feels like part of this cage the world wanted you in was, I mean, yes, the world wants everybody to conform, but it's like when somebody comes out the womb as a free thinker, as a, I don't know, somebody who's curious, exploratory, even as a child, right? You're coming up with your own opinions and you're kind of like disregarding the stuff that maybe came before you. And it's like the world and the people around you be like arrogant when you were a child, arrogant, right? Whatever names they threw at you, it all makes sense now, because it was never that. I feel like you were never just kind of like marching to the beat of your own drum for the sole purpose of pissing people off. That was just a byproduct. And I feel like that this got to you for a reason. I'll tell you why. You came out the womb already ascended, and so then you had to kind of like fall a bit to really get a handle on the true grasp of what you were born with, what was given to you, you know, your talents. And it's like spirit did something special with you. Because, yes, people come out of the womb talented, prodigious, even. Not all the time, but like enough to where it's documented, right? And it's like something that happens with that. I think it's like if you're too good at stuff too early on, you lose something. Like it's a care that you lose, or like you lose the ability to recognize, like, to fail even. And what I mean by that is like if you cannot fail, you can never improve. If you're already good, how are you going to get better without a marker to compare it to? So spirit actually saved you from something that plagues the minds of plenty of gifted individuals. And it comes from boredom. It comes from things getting something too easily. It is poison to the human spirit. And it's so funny because when you get something too easily, you'll satisfy an immediate urge in your mind that will literally disappear like simultaneously as you doing it. So all in all, what really was done for you, the blessing that was given to you that looked like a fall from grace, was purely so that you'd climb back up the stairs from your own merit, learning at least 5 simultaneous big spiritual lessons all through the work, right? It's like you already had the blueprint, and now spirit was like, "Well, how good are you?" And I feel like you really stepped up to the plate. We got the world here. This is you transcending past timelines. You really do bring things to a close. This is also funny about you because you're not chasing after old relationships. You're one of those types of people. It's not that you don't have sentimentality when it comes to people. I feel like you keep people in your heart. You absolutely do. But you're one of those that'll practice like, I can still love you from over here. We don't need to be in communication. We don't need to talk ever again. But you're never going to like lose that spot for people, right? But if you recognize that who they are at this time is detrimental to you, you have no problem cutting them off, right? But it doesn't come from malice. It doesn't come from a desire to like move on from them specifically, but you just don't allow things to hold you back. And I feel like the world is you always preferring to end it and seek something new, you know? Or maybe I shouldn't say end it, but complete it. Okay, if you know how some people won't finish a show because they cannot handle like finishing the show, right? It hurts too much because it's like if it ends, it ends, and you have to go find something else to do. You have conquered that feeling. You will complete the show, and you will absolutely move on to find another one. But it doesn't make that show not your favorite, you know? Or something that you can come back to 20 years later. But you're just one of those types of people. You're ever green. You're evergreen, ever moving forward. I feel like people aren't used to you, you know, like your lack of 6 of cups energy, because that's what it is. Like you're not tied down by nostalgia, tradition, the past. People like this person, it's like you got to catch collective when they're with you. You have to cherish them when they're with you, because if they have to use you as a lesson, it's going to be one and done. It'll never rekindle. We got the Knight of Wands in reverse to confirm that. It will never rekindle. If you have to use somebody as a spiritual lesson, they don't know until you've left the picture. They may not see it directly as a spiritual lesson, but what they do see it is like, damn, this person chose themselves over my BS. Something that a lot of people are not used to. Human beings crave companionship, some to the point that they will settle for somebody who's not treating them like they should be, just to say they're not lonely. You don't have that. You don't have that. You literally could be dropped off on a remote island as long as you have what you need, girl. They you're gone. It's a done. You're not coming back. I feel like it's because you're not really ever alone. You have a lot going on. You have a lot going on, and it's giving me that your social battery. A lot about your socialness comes up in these past few readings. It's like the way that you socialize could be considered inhuman in a way. Because you're not bound by that same drive and need to have companionship. And it's not because you don't value it, but there's just, or that there's something missing or not clicking. No, it's like you're just one of those truly authentic people who can thrive on their own in a weird way. Because not it's anti-human because human beings usually do not thrive in total isolation, right? It's not like you're in a vacuum. I feel like it's not that you hold yourself up somewhere like truly remote and out of the way, but it's like your energy you keep to yourself in a way that people are like, what the hell do you even do all day? And it's like you do a lot. Like you got shit going on. And I feel like you're checking things off of lists. You don't need to tell anybody what you're doing either. You're just a different breed, and people are not used to dealing with somebody like you, the one who just doesn't like, I don't know, people feel like they'll have to grill you or put you on a polygraph to get like real information about like what you get up to every day, and it's not because you're sketchy, it's because you are just independent to a point, right? You're independent more so than other independent people. It's not common, but it's not bad. It's actually incredible. We have Temperance here because you know what to do with it. It would be different if you were stewing in mental illness. It would be so different if you were spiraling just because you're alone, right? You chose this. With Temperance here, this serves a purpose for you. This is you do nothing by accident. You're very calculated in some aspects of your behavior, and I feel like this is one of them. Like you see the benefit of taking a few years to give to yourself to put yourself on top of the world. And it's like you do this so effectively that people feel like when you disappear or you go hermit, that it's like, oh, finally, that bitch fell off a cliff. Like, finally, she's gone. We're never going to see them again. And it's like, no, I'm sorry to tell you, but no, with Temperance, what's about to come out on the other side is about to make you sick. It's about to make your head hurt because this person is about to come out better than they went in. That's what you do. And you will have them sick. You will have them sick to their stomach, especially if they talked about you, especially if they were telling people stuff about you. Shit, you know what's funny? Some of it could even be true. Some of it could even be true, but the the amount of growth that you do and undertake makes it pointless. It makes it moot. Because it's like, okay, well, if this person was like that at one point, they're not now. And so it's like we could probably doubt the entire story. That's the effects that you have. And what I'm getting is like, you're not the wolf in sheep's clothing, though. I only bring that up to be like, that's just funny. That's your energy. It's good. You know, it's also showing that a being capable of true change cannot be bound by chains from the past. It's like, will you always face accountability for your actions? Of course. And I feel like you have, like you, because you're human, right? Like ever, and after I get done describing you as almost inhuman, but it's like in a good way, you know what I mean? But it's like you're the type that is not going to like play the blame game. I feel like you'd much rather if it gets these people out of your hair, you just take accountability, you fix your mistake, and you move on. And it's something that other people do not expect. They want you to stay, they want you to argue, they want you to double down because that's what most people do. But you have no problem. It's like It's weird. Your ego is not fragile at all with strength here, but it's also not big. And it's all because look, so strength is about in the traditional Rider Waite, it's she has her hands over the mouth of a lion, and it gives me that your ego is by no means like flaccid or meek in a bad way. But what it isn't is inflated. And what it also isn't is unmovable or unmoldable, right? Like you have a plasticity about you, you know, like yes, like the brain, right? But more about like it's the your energy and how it adapts and how you roll with the punches even, right? It's something that people aren't used to, you know, like it gives me getting caught in a riptide and like instead of struggling, you let it take you sideways until you're out of the riptide and then you get back on the beach. You know, like you know when to struggle against the current and you know when not to. So that's what I mean. People do want to get like this. This is not regular collective. Something's about to happen. Something's about to happen. Look, we got the 5 of Wands. This, I'm just getting you have people, some people are in free fall right now. You have cut cords in such an absolute and final way that whatever this is falling so quickly that the image in my mind is like having a meteorite re-enter the atmosphere and burn up. Like so their fire is getting put out. The more that you are you, the more it's I'm just getting like torrential downpours on their parties. Like you're turning somebody's shit talking sessions into pity parties by the way that you continually win. When you're giving me Too Easy by Tinashe. It's like, it's too easy to make them mad when all I do is win. You really are like that. And I'm telling you that you're causing them aneurysms. They're not even just pissed offish, they're destitute. And they argue, I don't know. This also is your energy. It's giving me like argue with your mom, go play with your brother, but don't play with me type of energy because you're gonna win and you don't play games, you win them. And yeah, people are talking about you with this 3 of Pentacles, absolutely. And you better hope they're talking about you because I feel like for you, something that might be more alarming than people shit talking is saying nothing at all, right? And it's not because you're out there getting them talking just for them to talk. But it's almost like a marker. If you're ruffling these people's feathers, you're doing something right. If you're offending the sensibilities of a certain group of people, you're doing something right. And I feel like Spirit wants to encourage this, you know, and you have the people that are on your wave that see that too with the 3 of Pentacles. But you are the topic of conversation. I'll tell you right now, you'll never have a period in your life because of what and who you are to where they're not going to talk about you. They're always going to talk about you. Always. There's nothing you can do to make them not talk about you. And this is good. Don't let this, don't feel bad about this. When I tell you that some people's energy is meant to stir the pot, if you feel controversial, it's for a reason. And I feel like Spirit wants to let you know that there's a reason you have not crashed and burned yet, despite being so different, controversial, whatever you want to call it. And it's because it's supposed to be like this. You're doing what you need to do. With this Queen of Swords, you are saying what needs to be said, you're doing what needs to be done, and I feel like you're not feeling a way about it. I feel like you've gotten it down pat, you know why you have to be this way, you know who you are. And you know that if you let people trespass, if give them an inch, they'll take a mile, and so you just blow up the road. So keep going.